and I realized that after consuming yellow cucumber in large quantity, like one full cucumber at a time, every day in the night, almost for 1 year of time. What happened? What was the reason? And since I have an experience of writing everything in the notebook, I got to know, oh, this is what which behave differently in my system. I'm feeling very energetic, very comfortable, and all of my digestion issues sorted out. But that's not the people who continuously utilize anti-acids or any kind of material which flush out all of the waste material from the body. Then, since I having a habit to write it down everything, I observe, oh, this is the thing happened. This is what caused the thing.
Most probably one of the contributing factors you described was what you ate, especially that one particular fruit, that vegetable you were describing, cucumber, fruit or vegetable. So, what has been found, the brain actually needs protein, carbohydrate, and sugar. But in a
if the nutrients from the body gets depleted, immediately the first thing is going to affect is psychological imbalances. So that's what I experienced and understood. So what is your comment on it?
I was going to ask you, what did you experience in terms of psychological?
So the thing is that I had this yellow cucumber. I'm not going to blame it, but the thing is that I consumed it on a daily basis to see how it works in the system. And when going to the bathroom, it feels wonderful. But the thing is that over a period of time, it depletes all the nutrients. And I realized that after consuming yellow cucumber in large quantity, like one full cucumber at a time, every day in the night, almost for 1 year of time, what happens is it was not allowed me to consume the nutrients from the food, and it flushed out all of the food from the body. So because of that, nutrients loss has been happened. I was ignorant of it, and after a year, whenever I eat any kind of food, even a little bit of food also, it is disturbing in the system. It was unable to integrate with the system. So what is this? What happened to that? And then I checked my all of the blood report, and then checked some vitamin B12 got very low. So okay, what was the reason? And since I have an experience of writing everything in the notebook, I got to know, oh, this is what which behave differently in my system. And then I did some kind of research what happened, and then I found out, so this food was not good if you eat large quantity every day in the night. I'm feeling very energetic, very comfortable, and all of my digestion issues sorted out. But that's not the way forward. So another example is that anti-acid, some kind of allopathy doctor will suggest for any people who are having digestion issues. So because of that, it tends to flush out waste material from the body. In that process, it will not let absorb any kind of nutrients to the system. So because of that, the over a period of time, all of the nutrients will not be absorbed, and loss will happen. So that is the people who continuously utilize anti-acids or any kind of material which flush out all of the waste material from the body. It damages system on the longer period of time, maybe 1 year or 2 years. They will not observe it. They will happily take the medicine, and they will be thinking that they are doing well. But over the period of time, damaged system, a person will become very, very low immunity, and at that point of time, even one single fever also can cause death to that person. That kind of low immunity the person will goes to. And in the same situation, the body doesn't have any sufficient amount of nutrients, people will think you overthink, too much overthink. For simple reason, too much overthinking happen. It happened to me personally. For a very small issue, I was always ignoring that kind of thing, but still I was keep on focusing the small issue and exaggerating too much. I was unable to control to it. And then since I having a habit to write it down everything, I observe, oh, this is the thing happened. This is what caused the thing. And psychological imbalances and physical imbalance are causing because of loss of nutrients from the body. So that is why I came to the conclusion that body is a marketplace of nutrients, and if you get depletes of nutrients, gone, you are almost gone. And since I'm very conscious about it, I was recovered from it very quickly.
And that is so. You describe the psychological effect, I think, of it by saying that concentrating on one thing and over exaggerating, because and that was happening for you. Most probably one of the contributing factors you described was what you ate, especially that one particular fruit, that vegetable you were describing, cucumber, fruit or vegetable, I don't know, but it was leading, though it had psychologically, physiologically, it was taking out all what you felt happy, but it was also depleting you of the nutrients that you were eating. So, what has been found, the brain actually needs protein, carbohydrate, and sugar, but in a balanced state. So most probably, and why does it need something? And that has been scientifically found because it's a balance. We need to keep a balance check. So if you're having anything more, it is going to deplete or take away the nutrient. So the brain is not getting enough. And there is a powerhouse in your brain which is called the mitochondria, which is the powerhouse of the brain, which needs a lot of energy for it to function. So if the body is unable to provide that energy to the powerhouse, where is it going to get? What is it going to do? There can be various conversations around this, that how is this part in the brain going to the energy source. Now, you said something on the lines of focusing on one thing and exaggerating on one thing over and over and over again. I could debate with this and think, okay, you're driving your energy by focusing on one thing and exaggerating it over and over again, because that is what your brain requires. It requires energy. So what is it getting its energy from? It is getting its energy by focusing and exaggerating over one thing and focused. Little things are blown out of proportion and you feel, oh yes, you're doing something, but on the sidelines, you're actually, like you said, you're depleting your body of all the energy. So your brain makes you believe, yeah, I'm providing you the energy by focusing, but actually what it is doing is it's depleting the energy. So it's with food as well. You consume something thinking it is good, but it is actually depleting your energy. Psychologically, you're also doing the same thing. You're focusing on one thing over and over again, but you're depleting your energy from your body, not only from your body. And then what happens? Your body feels depleted, then you consume something and it thinks, so it's a cycle. Again, what you had talked about, it's a cycle. And then you go for a quick fix, you eat something, the brain thinks, oh yes, I've got the energy, but it doesn't have the energy. So I wonder if I'm explaining it really well. But what I hear you describe, that yes, what you eat is very important for your brain as well. And you described it really well in a psychological way, that your overthinking is like fooling your brain to believe that yes, it has the energy, but it is not. So,
Right.
yeah.
I can give you an example here, why? Because my grandfather is 95 years old, and it's been 4 years of time, 4 years back in 2020, 2021, that period of time. He got into some kind of a small issue. He's doing farming a lot, and he got a small issue. And because of allopathy doctor's suggestion, he has taken some medicine. So, but it is too much powerful to take, and that affected his system. He was very fine. He was doing very good, but because of that allopathic medicine, he was unable to sustain that medicine. So most of the nutrients from the body got depleted at that point of time. But I have that experience, I know it, so that is why I was able to derive it, but no other people not aware of it. Even allopathy doctor who treated him, not aware of this thing. My family brothers started knowing what's happening with my grandfather, because he knows what he's doing, but he was unable to control. He's doing all kind of mischief at the home still. And since I have observation behavior, I keep on observing everything. And then I told to all of the parents, see, allopathy doctors, all of them, RMPs locally and MBBS doctors tried a lot with the grandfather, and nothing was worked out, and it even went to a worse situation. So if we continue to do like this, maybe next 2-3 days or max 1 week, he might expire. This is not a good thing. So I have my own way of treating, which is completely natural. If you allow me, I can cure him within 2 days. They were surprised. Okay. What, man, you are not a doctor, you are a software engineer, how can you say this thing? So you believe me, in 2 days you give him to me, you trust on me, in 2 days I will make him alright. They don't believe at all, but I purchased all of the required fruits and vegetables, and in 2 days he recovered completely, and he is talking to normal everybody. So you can't believe this thing.
I believe you.
My mother is really shocked on this thing. After 2 days, how come he got recovered? It was believing that in 1 week he might expect. What happened is that because of continuous allopathic medicine without supplying of sufficient balanced diet, it depletes the required nutrients from the body. That is where the psychological imbalances came from the whole body. Also digestion is a build up, and then I saw immediately and almost all the fruits and vegetables, and continuously for every 2 hours I was giving to him, and stopped all of the high powerful allopathic medicine. And 2 days he came back.
Yeah, it can happen. And when you talk about this, I was reminded of again an example which is a live experience. Okay, so and it goes way back into many centuries back when the trading used to happen, and the crew or the ship trading in terms of the ship, and people would go from one destination, not people, but they would trade. They would bring stuff from A to B, and the crew members of they were dying. They were actually dying because of they had a system. They had something in their in the mouth which would generate, and it would create something in their body, and they were dying. So the captains of the ship were really frustrated. What is happening? So they looked into their food. What were they eating? Right? There was no fruits in their food. So one of the doctors, but he was not an doctors, he said, how about let's introduce oranges? And they introduced one fruit, and the rate of death went down. And from then onwards, because all they were eating was fish, meat, whatever, but no fruit in their diet, that was causing problem in their mouth, because mouth has 99% bacteria. So it was not helping. Whatever you eat, it first had to go through your mouth. So the bacteria, they were just digesting or whatever, it was not replenishing, it was not killing the bad bacteria, because there was no fruit in their diet. And the moment they introduced fruit, that went away, and they had no deaths. So that is a live example.
Yeah, surprisingly, I also use oranges and cucumber to recover my grandfather, and in 2 days he recovered. And it doesn't matter day or night. I continuously pumping up him all the fruit juices and fruits only, and completely psychological imbalance gone away in just 2 days.
Yeah. So there you go. So the fruit, and like it has been proven, you've got 99% of bacteria, good bacteria, bad bacteria in your mouth. Your eating starts from your mouth, and then it goes.
Right. So this is like a psychological effect, has direct impact on the amount of nutrients which are there in the body. So starting from our hair, our brain, our face, our entire body,